Thank you everyone for coming tonight, and thank you to Carnival City for hosting the biggest and best mixed martial arts tournament on the continent, and this is the best venue, voted #1 by fans. We had a great time tonight. I'll now be announcing the prize-winning athletes from this evening. Winner of submission of the night is Ruan Potts. He finished about 37 seconds into the first round by way of ankle lock. Winner of knockout of the night is Zulu Boy. He knocked out his opponent 20 seconds into the second round. And fight of the night is a heavyweight clash between Willem Strauss and Lance Soronio. Now, any accredited press, please raise your hands for questions.
Hi guys, question is for Ruan. Ruan, after a epic performance, coming back from a pretty devastating loss, losing your title, where can we see you going from here? Obviously, next to Soars getting his title shot, you are the pinnacle of the weight division. Where are you going from here? Who is next?
Obviously, I'm fighting for the EFC, and it's their choice, and it's the organization, that I fight for, and it's the organization that makes the choices. And I'm pretty happy. I just want my belt back, and I want my title back, and I'm coming to fetch it, whoever's got it.
You put an amazing performance tonight, Ruan. I mean, that was a well-improved performance from Ruan.
Thank you.
Another question for Ruan. I believe your submission of the night is a new record in 37 seconds for a submission. You used a heel hook, which is pretty rare. Is that something that you specifically trained for?
It was actually an ankle lock, and obviously, you train everything, and obviously all facets to doing with ground game. It all depends where you land up, if you're at the bottom, at the top, or whatever. But you should be able to do submissions from all round, and it's just where I landed, and it worked.
Cool. Brendan from MMA Blog SA. I got two questions, one for Source and one for Kara. Source, leading up to, with the journey to the Hexagon, and we saw that you're a working man, you don't do this full time. Now that you are #1 contender, do you feel that MMA in South Africa, with, how things are going, do you feel that that can sustain you and your family in terms of, putting food on the table, sending the kids to school, all that things, now that you've kind of reached the pinnacle of MMA being the heavyweight #1 contender?
Is it on? Okay, it's on. I'm fast, so. Yes, well, EFC is comparing itself and benchmarking against the international leaders, which is the UFC. So we're getting there, and it's still a growing sport. But I mean, look at the pace it's growing in South Africa. It's huge. It's humongous. So you can definitely, I would say, within the next year and a half, the guys can do this full time, and as a job. For me personally, I've been competing. I'm still young. I'm at a tender age of 30, but I've been competing 17 plus years doing this. So and I've got a good job. I've got a good company I work for, and I'm kind of used to doing the way I'm doing it now. Working, getting up very early in the morning, not very pleasant. To train while the rest of the world is sleeping, and still to train while the rest of the world is having dinner. But I mean, that's the choices we made. But if you're looking at the young Dricus du Plessis, these guys coming in, I mean, this is the future of the sport. We're the old dogs. So, but there's new guys coming in, new blood coming in. EFC is signing so many talented fighters. So these are the guys that can definitely, I would say, look at it doing this as a full-time thing. Me personally, as long as I can compete, I'll do it. As long as the Lord blesses me with health, I'll go where I go. And who knows, maybe someone out there wants to give me some money and do this full-time. So, hey, I'm here.
Sorry, the one for you, Kara. Awesome show tonight. Really world-class production. You guys always put it on. I think in my opinion, you guys are, really in the top 2 in the world production-wise. The one for you regarding Jadison Costa turning down the fight with Adam Speechley. There was kind of you pointed at there being some disciplinary action towards that. Have you guys kind of clarified what that is yet?
Yeah, we met with Jadison's manager last week. Still in discussion what we want to do with him, and how he's looking at us as a promotion, how we want to work with him. In the end, it's a relationship issue that we had there. We need to have good relationship with all of our athletes. We need to have good communication with all of our athletes. That seemed to break down in the build-up to that, and it caused a big problem for us. So we'll see how that goes going forward. That decision hasn't been made yet.
I've got a question for Demart. Well, firstly, Demar, congratulations. You're 7-0, you're 23 years old. It's a huge achievement.
Thank you.
Before this fight, you spoke about wanting to be a new athlete and reveal the new Wolf. You said you wanted to be more aggressive and more clinical. And I think you did that tonight. You engaged with Abdul immediately, and I think you dominated the round. Could you tell us, from your point of view, were you satisfied with your performance?
Thank you, bro. I think the thing that we changed in our team dynamics, mostly the intention that we go into the fights. It was very important for Rich and Norm for us to go in with the absolute intention to go out there and hurt the guy, basically. So that's what I did, and that's what I wanted to do. And I was hoping that the fight would go a few more rounds because I really wanted to push the pace going to the second to the third round. But it's unfortunate what happened with Abdul, so that's it.
Abdul, this question's for you. Where do you go from now?
I'm in a lot of pain right now. I've got to go back home, sit down with my coach, my older brother, and we'll discuss our way forward. It's a setback. It happens in the sport, but I'll never stop and I'll never give up till I get that belt around my waist.
Look, I mean, before that injury came about, that fight was an absolute barn burner. It was awesome.
Tani, this one's for you. We often see heavyweights gassing towards the end of round one, beginning of round two, and then falling victim to vicious ground and pound. It seems to be the easier thing to do. You and Lance were out there just banging 3 full rounds. Please tell us what was going through your mind and what kept you going instead of just tapping out and saying, listen, I had enough.
Well, he was hitting me in the face and I wanted to pay him back. I don't like people hitting me, so I hit them back. That's the bottom line.
Tani, just to continue with that, were there any points in the fight where you were close to giving up?
Bro, I never give up.
First of all, well done to everyone out there. My question is to Gareth. How important was this win for you and David?
Yeah, look, I think for me and my brother Dave, this was a big night for us, both coming off some losses in the last event where we fought on the live card. So this was a big step for us to come back and just get ourselves back into the divisions we're in. I think now we've both done that. I just knocked out Francois. He's come off two wins, so I think I've got myself back up there. Hopefully now I get a bigger opponent and just fight my way back up to the top, and I think Dave's looking to do exactly the same. So I think the place where we are now, we found a good team, we found a good bunch of people around us that are coaching us well, and our team's brought us here tonight and got us the wins. So yeah, I think from now on, give us big fights and let's go from there.
Hi, Demart. Hi, over here. Just to follow up on the question previously about the win, not always the nicest way to win. How are you feeling about the manner in which you won the fight tonight, and based on the injury that Abdul sustained, do you think he deserves a rematch?
Thank you. I don't know. Hey, I was hoping to really push the pace going to the second, third round. I wanted to finish him properly, where he taps properly, and thanks. So things happen in the part of the sports, and whatever happened is it's unfortunate for Abdul, but I'm happy with the win, and a win is a win, and as long as I'm still champion, I think that's what matters.
Maybe Cairo, can we expect a rematch on that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, Cairo, sorry, very long night.
We'll be looking at that. Obviously, we've got a really good division. We've got a guy like Kane Lunga who's looking, lethal, and he's been knocking at Damart's door. So I think that's the next fight we're going to see for Damart.
Cairo, just to continue with that, Boyd Allen put on an incredible performance tonight, and he fought in the lightweight division. Can you comment on where you'd like to see him stay?
In the end, Boyd needs to fight where he's strongest. If he's strongest at featherweight, he must stay there. It is the issue with Damart as his stablemate and champion, but otherwise, if he wants to fight at lightweight, that's no problem. We'll sit with the team and look at opponents and work our way forward.
Francois, this one's for you, bud. Often a fighter would come off of a loss like the one you had tonight and, become kind of secluded. What are you looking at working on in your game plan? Obviously, your groundwork working with Jurgen is very, very, very good. What are you going to be working on and pushing yourself back into the division with?
Look, I got caught, obviously, with a big, I think it was an uppercut. I'll have to go and watch the fight, sit with my coaches and work through everything. I've been working really hard on my stand-up, as I believe I did land a couple of kicks before he got me with that big punch. And then I might consider even shifting down. I'm a bit small for this division. I don't cut any weight and I weigh in very lightly. So these are all factors I'm looking to discuss with my coaches, my managers, and maybe come back stronger.
Cara, I've got a question for you. Source took the number 1 heavyweight title contender spot tonight. When is he going to face Andrew?
Yeah, we're going to meet with him. We are planning that bout for September, hopefully. The sooner the better. Andrew's obviously waiting for an opponent, so as soon as that fight can happen, but we're looking at hopefully September or latest October.
Cairo, with the introduction of the bantamweight division, who are the front runners at this point in time, and when can we expect a title bout?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good guys coming through. A lot of new guys that we're signing happen to be in that division too. We don't want to rush it. We're quite happy to see who pans out as the number 1, but we are expecting to do a title shot before the end of the year. A title fight should happen. All right, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you again here, back at Carnival City in just 3 weeks for EFC Africa 22. Thanks.
See you guys soon. Good luck, guys. Cheers, man.
Africa's hardest-hitting middleweights will meet in the Hexagon as the kickboxing and Muay Thai champion J.P. Kruger goes to war with the KO King and striking specialist Tumelo Maputa. And the fastest-rising star in EFC Africa, Frederick Naumann, goes up against the MMA veteran and former welterweight champion Dallas Jacoby. Plus, the bantamweights will battle it out as the always dangerous Donovan Wilkin goes toe-to-toe with striking sensation Matthew Bierski. J.P. Kruger versus Tumelo Maputa, Frederick Naumann versus Dallas Jacoby, and Donovan Wilkin versus Matthew Bierski. EFC Africa 22, Thursday, 15 August, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.